Hey, this is Cameron Parker. You're listening to the Unbeliever Podcast.
There were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
Rats were eating you up inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 degrees. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan?
I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything. You know? Just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's
and we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby, we covered right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
Alien encounters, strange occurrences that can come in many forms, from sighting UFOs in the skies, to channeling intergalactic beings, to being one of the chosen alien abductees who have to do that thing with the bowl. While these experiences may vary in nature, the one question about their validity remains the same. How do you know if they're real? Fortunately, that question can finally be answered tonight, as the Unbelievers Podcast examines an all-new paranormal reality show featuring two of the top names in UFO and alien research as they listen to the claims of alleged alien encounters, scientifically analyze the evidence, and find out once and for all what's really going on, man. So saddle up to the bar, order up your favorite drink, and settle in for a night of truth-seeking as we dive into alien encounter, fact or fiction. Right here in the program, we continue to learn to unlearn everything you know. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers Podcast. I'm Russ Ryan, and joining me as always is Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello.
And returning guest, Chris Porteous. What's up, Chris?
Hey, man. I think this is my first time actually on the main show instead of a live stream, and in the words of Beavis and Butthead, this is the greatest honor I have ever known.
All right. And yeah, well, welcome, Chris, to being on the main show. You've done so many live streams with me, and I've been on you many times on the podcast Nights of Vader, and I realized you were actually on the actual show. So, all right, here we go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe we got another rose to hanging out. All right, we're not still doing that. That was Brendan. But yeah, it's good to be back. I know we're a little bit late with this episode, and we're doing it as a hurricane is bearing down on me. Hurricane Francine has its sights set on me down here in old swampland.
Fucking Francine, dude.
Yeah, I know people have brought up, there's an old cartoon, like a Doug or something like that, has a Francine character. But I always think of Divine in Polyester when I think Francine. So that's the Francine I see bearing down on me.
I'm picturing Francine from American Dad.
Divine just smashing in your windows with a baseball bat. It's a great visual. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, I feel like we do this every couple of years. I have to be like, all right, this might be my last one. There's a big hurricane coming, and so I'll try to make it a good one. If I got to go out like this is how I'm going to do it. So let's get into it now. Tonight we're talking alien encounters, fact or fiction.
Facts and fiction's fiction.
Oh yeah, fact or fiction? Lots of questions will be asked and answered tonight. We have a good one here. I have a real, as you guys know, fascination with some older paranormal media. I can admit this, but I keep up with the current state of paranormal TV and documentaries, which is why I'm excited about tonight's topic, a very new and current alien and UFO related show that many of the listeners might not have even heard of yet. Had you guys heard of this show before I dropped it on your heads, like that song?
No, but then, like, I don't know, all these titles, like, they all blur together. I'd never, No, I hadn't.
I saw 3 other shows that started with the name Alien Encounters. So like either it's like an ongoing expanded universe of nonsense, or it's just such a generic title that no one can sort of claim it, and they just keep making spin-offs. Yeah. But I did find it. I had not heard of it before. And I got takes, man. So it's a good find.
And that's not even the part that I latched onto, the Alien Encounters part. Because tonight we are discussing 2024's currently running show, Alien Encounters, Fact or Fiction. Exciting stuff, especially going off the name alone, Alien Encounters, Fact or Fiction. And I latched onto the fact that it's a fact or fiction show. We've seen these before, the most iconic being Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, the show where Jonathan Frakes, what would he do? He'd go,
"It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction."
Yes, that the hook of that show was that many paranormal type stories would be presented. At the end, you would find out how stupid or smart you are. It was a very frustrating show, but I think it's still very beloved now. The OG Fact or Fiction.
I mean, when I see Frakes, I always think of the Alien Autopsy special. But Fact or Fiction, that's not a solid number 2 in terms of paranormal Frakes content,
And I tried to find out if this is somehow like a direct sequel. Does this exist in the Jonathan Frakes verse? We don't know. We might find out. Fun fact, I did find out right before this. Fun fact, not fiction. Did you guys know that the Jonathan Frakes Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction got a reboot in 2021? But it was in German. And it was only done for one Halloween episode in 2021. There was one episode of German-based Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction topics out there.
That's fucking nuts.
Is it like a discount Frakes? Like, did they cast somebody who kind of looks like Frakes?
It's him, and it's dubbed in German, but it's never been played in the English-speaking world. It's very weird. I have to find it. I have to track that down. But that's not the one we're talking about tonight. We're talking about this very, very new show, Alien Encounters, Fact or Fiction. Let's hear the intro and see if this is also a show where the host is on a spooky decorated set, introducing reenactments of paranormal events that may or may not have happened. And here are the hosts of Alien Encounters, Fact or Fiction.
Mitch Horowitz is an author and historian, known for his investigative research into the unexplained.
You all have had some very mysterious experiences.
The video was extremely compelling.
And Chrissy Newton is a journalist and authority on space, science, and the unknown.
And we were told that this was a secret location.
Absolutely.
And when I looked up, I saw a UFO in the sky.
Thousands of experiencers came forward and submitted their personal stories and evidence for examination.
These beings were so gloriously beautiful.
Hoping to finally separate fact from fiction.
Based on everything that you've brought to the table, you witnessed a UFO.
Oh, I did? This is not your grandpa's Fact or Fiction. These are 2 experts, and they take alien and UFO submissions, and it's up to them if they are fact or fiction or not. Gone are the days of the totally made-up ones. These are stories that the experiencers think are real, but that's not really up to them anymore, is it?
That's kind of, I like the approach. It's kind of like the Simon Cowell kind of, American Idol, but just alien.
Yeah,
but you're wrong.
Yeah, but did you hear how Mitch was talking? I'm not trying to be mean, but he sounded like this.
You all have had some very mysterious experiences.
Now tell me it didn't kind of remind you of.
Would you like a photograph of your family or children?
All right, maybe that's a little dramatic, but you get the idea.
I will say, yeah, I did not think about that. It didn't remind me of that, but I'm glad you played it anyway.
It's kind of like It's kind of like Paranormal Shark Tank. Like, these guys go up and pitch their story, and then like the judges determine if they're like full of bullshit or not. Basically, it's interesting format.
It is. You have to put a lot of faith in these two. Which, hey, I think you can, and I do like that. I love how they throw all these guys in the first intro. I called this one Jersey guy here.
And when I looked up, I saw a UFO in the sky.
Hey, what's that doing up there? So here's the official description. UFO experts Mitch Horowitz and Chrissy Newton use scientific data and research to dissect real-life encounters with extraterrestrial activity and determine whether or not they can be explained. And as we were mentioning, look, I'm really not the biggest fan of this idea. No disrespect to Mitch and Chrissy. I am sure they are very learned in this field. I am a fan of the set and the interaction with the alien people they do. And we're going to meet the set, which, much like New York City, the set of this show is also a character. Except it's not a metropolitan city. It is a dive bar.
More than 500,000 visitors pass through Roswell, New Mexico every year, and many of them share their experiences at local watering holes like the Variety Bar. If Roswell is the hub for UFOs, the Variety is the nucleus where the conversations happen. Bar is a great place, which people crisscross through.
Everybody comes here. It's like the local watering hole for UFO chat.
Everyone has a story.
Yep.
And this is the town that UFOs built.
Oh, yeah.
It's UFO Junction. Well, we get down to why we're in Roswell.
This is it.
Hey. Hi, guys.
What's up, Mitch?
Or did he say sup, bitch? No, I think he said sup, Mitch.
Sounded like it. Sup, bitch? That would have been a lot cooler.
So hell yeah, the Variety. Now I want to note, this is actual Roswell and not Rachel with the little alien. This is Roswell proper, UFO Junction. Wow. And you saw this place, man. When they pan over the clientele, they're like, this is like UFO Hub Central. It just looked like your standard weeknight bar patrons. I doubt it was all chatter about aliens. It looked pretty blue collar.
Yeah, there's one thing I wanted to point out about this bar, though, because it's at the start of the second episode. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but they claim that it's the only bar in Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah, I heard that too. And if it is, Roswell's the cleanest town in America. I know I say it's a dive bar. This is the world's cleanest dive bar. I know they probably cleaned it up for this show, but it's immaculate in that place.
Yeah, it's just not very alien themed for it being the only bar in Roswell. And I think they put in a neon sign for behind each interview subject's head that is non-branded to a specific real life beer. So there's a little bit of set deck going on there, but not enough alien neon signs, if you ask me.
Well, this is Roswell. You got to imagine the people there are sick of it. It looks like they have one bar. Like, all right, we got one place here where we don't have aliens. They got alien McDonald's, alien everything else. As a tourist there, I would love it. They're probably sick of it, but they're like, oh, great, they took over the Variety.
That's just for the tourists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now that they've just met their first witness who said, sup, bitch, let's find out if it is fact or fiction. This is the first case from Indy Riggs and his wife, Rachel. And they are from Humboldt County. They are a farming couple. And after the death of this guy, Indy's father, the patriarch of this hippie-ish farming family, Indy begins seeing lights in the night sky, unexplainable lights. He films the lights, and he was selected to be investigated and judged by Mitch and Chrissy. He's the first ever guest here, and after a brief telling of this story, they get right down to business. In the bar, where Indy Riggs has secured himself a very nice-looking cocktail. This is the setup. You have to go meet the host in the bar itself. I'll keep the story brief. Indy believes that his dead dad came to him in dreams and that whatever these lights are have something to do with his father crossing over. And he's already submitted this evidence. Chrissy, the scientific analyst, has already analyzed the video provided by Indy. She reviewed it with her scientific team, and they came to a conclusion. You want to hear?
Sure.
Okay, fine, I do. And after eliminating planes and most satellites, they find out this.
And then we looked at the satellite data, and it showed no visible satellites during that date and time, except for one. The speed and the altitude is very consistent with the International Space Station. This is just knowing exactly where the date and location is, and this is an image of the ISS over top of this location. So what you did film was the International Space Station, What direction do you believe you saw the light again?
It's the east.
The east?
That's Indy.
It's where the moon was. That's where the moon rises in the east.
Yeah. It says here, we entered the location in time of the witness observation, and the ISS was passing in a southeast direction just off the coast at the same time.
During their analysis, researchers determined that Indy had not been facing east. Using the moon in the video as an anchor point, they found that he had actually been facing southeast, directly toward the ISS as it passed overhead.
They're totally wrong. The object I seen is east. It's pretty obvious from the video. So that's all I'm saying.
But the one thing I'll say is the consistent movement, if it's moving in a straight line, is very consistent with ISS. And
It's
satellites
just going
move
the
like
opposite
that.
direction as ISS.
Yep.
So I'm like really confused here.
Oh, this is so tense. Indy does not like what he's hearing. He knows east. He also has some liquor in him too, which I like.
Yeah.
So he might take a swing at someone if they try and poo-poo his thing. Because this guy's come in, he's pretty invested. He's got an interesting video, but he also has this thing of his father passed away, and now he's pretty sure this has something to do with it. And look at that. That's some great work. I don't see a lot of shows do this where they actually track down and they go, no, that was actually the ISS that you saw in there. They disproved something.
Yeah, this has a lot going for it for a first episode because they just jump right out the gate. This guy's an idiot, and he didn't see a UFO. And we're going to just do it in the most casual setting possible. This is not like UFO hunters where we're racing across the country, like interviewing people on site. We're just going to chill in a bar, and you're going to tell us what happened. But my favorite part about this was like right before she tells him that it was the International Space Station, they have him quoted as saying, "It definitely had something to do with my dad's passing." And then within 10 seconds, she's like, "It was a space station, my guy." Nope. Sorry to say. That is an awesome whiplash, like right turn. It's good stuff.
Yeah, show that immediately goes after people.
They looked so sad too.
I know, because they are invested in this. And I mean, this is Indy Riggs. This is one of the cooler names we've ever heard on one of these paranormal shows.
It's a really cool name.
Indy's worried about his dad. It all lines up. And so now that the case has been presented, it's time to lay down the verdict, because Chrissy can bring all the evidence she wants. It seems to be up to the other guy, Mitch, whether or not it is fact or fiction. So what say you, Mitch? Is it fact or fiction?
The data that's given to us is NORAD data. And I really need to stick to the data.
I'm going to take in your account, your credibility, Chrissy's analysis, and come to my conclusion. With respect to the episode that you described, Indy, around your dad, I find that tremendously resonant. And the fact that we had a robust exchange over the data analysis
and the cocktails
demonstrates that this is being done right. I'm going to be plain. And I would have to say that you did not witness a UFO.
Shit.
Doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm going to convince anybody of anything. But I mean, like...
It's okay. I mean...
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Bye. Bye. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oof.
Such awkward editing. Oh my God.
I feel like it's some bull. I definitely do think the data is wrong.
Yeah, you tell him, Indy. But Chrissy is probably right, though. She thinks your sighting is bullshit. You could say this all you want.
I feel like it's some bull.
Well, it's a pretty unimpressive video, you gotta say. Like, it's a white light that's just sort of listing lazily to the left, and it's quite plausibly the International Space Station or an airplane. And something I think this show's catching a lot of people on, like, they're drawing connections that aren't there, that have no basis. This guy had a beautiful dream where his dead father came in there and talked to him. What has that got to do with an alien spaceship? I don't know. You know what I mean? You can have two separate experiences. They don't need to be connected, And
he also had the video.
Yeah,
I don't know how this
dream.
show finds people, Drea. Like, what do you think? Because it's people that, I guess, they post videos. Like, what are they putting out to get these submissions like this guy?
Probably putting up the flyers around, stapled to the telephone poles, next to the band, like Drummers Wanted. And
outside the Variety where they are, they're just getting locals.
Yeah, like a pet sitter available.
Phone number.
That's how you do. You got to go grassroots, man.
You kind of do. And another reason, like, this is a very current show. The most recent episodes have aired just in August. And these are cases that you don't see a lot on these television shows. These aren't, big cases. It's cool to get them presented. And so that's the first one. It's called Bullshit. But the next case has a Roswell local named Frank Kimbler. He's a geologist who believes he has located a small piece of alien crash debris in Roswell. And it kind of looks like a little white little thing. It's very small, but this is a guy, a real Roswell alien debris hunter, which is perfect. This guy didn't have to travel to come on the show. He's just already in Roswell, so this is great. So this guy went out, he found this with his metal detector in an anthill, and he submitted it to the show to analyze, which they did, and the results were remarkable. It was found to be aluminum, which might not sound that exciting, right? Wrong. It is pure aluminum, which is never found in its pure state like this. But that is not all they found. Oh, wait, there is more.
So we have one more thing. We're not done yet. Testing revealed that there's trace evidence of a crash or ground-based explosion.
Now I've got lots of chills.
Why do you laugh at that? I'm curious.
It matches the story that this stuff came from a crash.
That's Frank,
this is just
Frank
cool
Kimbler.
Beyond all get out.
Are you familiar with a group called ATIP?
I am familiar with the ATIP group.
So a source formerly from ATIP confirmed pure aluminum has been connected to multiple other UFO crash sites that they've researched.
Stop! This is making my blood pressure. My hands are shaking and everything.
I'm experiencing chills over here.
Yeah.
Calm down, Mitch.
It's pretty cool.
Your material brings us to an extraordinary place, which is this. We have a piece of material evidence from a UFO.
Whoa! In other words, this is fact. And we're going to learn that's what this sound means. This is going down now is the fact sound. Check it out. So anytime a fact is laid down, you can use that sound. I've been finding it fun to do it with other stuff. Watch this.
235 sexual encounter but never got laid.
It kind of gives an extra oomph to things. Well, even silly ones. Watch.
My name is Jeff.
That's a fact right there.
You have figured out the magic secret to TV, Russ. Congratulate you.
Do you guys recall hearing about pure aluminum being associated with space alien crashes before?
Not a single time once. Never. No.
No, and this guy, yeah, I kind of rushed through it, but I wanted to play the fact that this was a fact because, I guess a guy finding aluminum that's all kind of messed up and curled up, but that's enough if you find it in Roswell. He was at the actual crash site, though, and it's brought up if there was a crash, and they'll say, oh, they were combing the desert forever. They found everything. It's like you wouldn't find every little bit, and this is being now. I mean, Mitch said it. It's got the sound. They went. I can't doubt this thing. I have to accept it as fact in this universe.
Yeah, I wonder what the evidence of that it was through a crash is. You recently had Lou Elizondo's book come out where he reasserts that Roswell was a space alien crash, and there was 2 UFOs that crashed, but one of them got their engines started again in time and escaped before the government caught the one that didn't escape. But then when you dig a little deeper into it, Lou Elizondo his only source for that is Hal Puthoff told me it happened. So you probably shouldn't be putting it in your book and all that, but
well, they had to make it an even number of pages. So
hey, that's a fact for sure. Nailing facts right there. So the best part about hearing this sound and being forever labeled a fact, according to this show, is that you might get a good ball washing by Mitch. Check this out.
Ball washing.
Frank, I really have to say a word of tribute to you. The willingness that you have demonstrated to ask pure questions, to satisfy that undying human need to know what is out there, you are an inspiration.
I'm glad that you all took this one step far and above anything that I could do. This is going into King Tut's tomb and going, oh, wow, we have this. I know I have a piece from a UFO. That's all there is to it.
We stand on your shoulders, and this has been a privilege.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
It was
Frank.
a pleasure. This whole thing
So
was
wonderful
just
to meet you.
absolutely
No,
amazing.
it was ours.
This stuff right here, this piece of metal right here says it all. It is a piece of a UFO.
I never expected to see this level of evidence right from the start.
I think we really made the right choice coming to Roswell.
Yeah, it's great call, Thurston Howell III.
Roswell.
Absolutely gangbusters find, old bean. It's like the professor and I are absolutely gobsmacked. Man.
Man, take us to Roswell.
Yeah.
So fucking fake, had such a pretentious voice.
He really congratulates people a lot for being basic human beings. It's like it's just like, except for that first guy, he really got the business. It's like, sir, you are an idiot, and that was the International Space Station. But everybody else these guys talk to gets a lot of congratulations for just existing, basically. But when he said it's like going in King Tut's tomb and finding a UFO, it reminded me of the classic line.
Indy's outside going, he's probably rubbing this in Indy's face. Indy's like, I'm hating it. Fuck you, Kimbler. You suck.
Yeah, I think he just watched Alien versus Predator, where in that movie they say it's like finding Moses' DVD collection. That's what he was thinking of for sure. He's just watching too much movies.
I don't know. I want to see him out there going, does this look like the ISS, you hippie? Yeah, you don't know. You ever heard this? Didn't think so. All right. Poor Indy. He's on his fourth drink out there. So these two, and yes, these two were sequential in the first episode, setting up that fact and fiction are both possible outcomes. There is a third story in this episode. There's a woman named Jessica Blunt who suffers from deteriorating health. Could it be alien related? Possibly. In 2019, Jessica is driving with her two boys, these late teen boys, heading to the movies. They don't mention which movie. It's 2019, so it's your guess. Could have been Avengers Endgame 2, maybe Joker. Could have been
They're not allowed
Pokemon,
to say.
Detective Pikachu. We don't know. But we want to. So let's learn more about what happened to Jessica Blunt and what time of day this might have happened.
It was probably about 3:30 in the afternoon. I started to notice something up ahead of me. I saw this flash of light, and as I watched, I saw a large bubble, and I told my son, please turn on a video for me because I'm seeing something. I don't know what this is.
I think she means a camera.
It wasn't going as fast as like that plane that just passed. Right there, I see it again. I see it. Oh my gosh. You guys, I might have to pull over. Shoot, this is freaking me out. That was not good. It was at that time I was struggling to articulate words. I was starting to stutter. I was shaking and I was really weak. I was trying to process all of this and sorry.
I am so convinced by Jessica. I really hope she doesn't get fiction.
I think that she's going to win an award for such great acting.
For outstanding dramatic performance in a paranormal reality ball-related television show?
Oh, which stands out? Yeah, definitely.
I had a little bit of confusion with this one because in the video it doesn't look like the space alien is that close by to her. So like she's claiming she's like unless I'm missing something, she thinks she has all these like prolonged chronic medical issues because the alien spaceship got too close to her. But like it's sort of like a video of an airplane basically. So I don't really see where she's drawing connections again that I don't think are there.
Maybe her sons aren't too quick on the draw when she has to put on a video. When she said put on a video, that means to me just let's watch something. That doesn't mean let's start recording.
Yeah, she's like, please, I need Blue's Clues. I'm scared right now.
Yeah, he opened TikTok or something. He's like, put on a video. What do you want to watch? She's like, no, the alien, the bubble, the big bubble.
She wants to see Minions.
Well, her big thing in this is that she had radiation burns. There was a concerned doctor that was about to do blood work. And since that time, she is seeing strange craft almost every day. And this led to her documenting these recurring sightings and believing that making contact with these crafts will change your chemical makeup. That is kind of the base of her story. She believes her chemical makeup has been changed by just being close to these recurring UFOs that are coming nearer. And now that her story has been told, she is there in the hot seat at the Variety Bar and Lounge with Mitch and Chrissy, just like the other contestants. I don't know what else to call them. She has pre-submitted her evidence for Chrissy and the Nerd Squad to analyze, and she brought more than the first two, though. The first two just had kind of one thing. She has video of the craft that initially fried her, and physical evidence with the skin burn pictures and a medical report. We know this could go either way. What's going to happen? Well, the first thing they do is go over the video of the craft that, you're right, wasn't very close, even though it claims to have fried her. They figure out that it was not any known object like a satellite or plane that would have been in that spot, but also that no UFOs were reported either, which, so what? Most people are not reporting every weird thing to whatever UFO club they are getting data from. I don't know why they put any weight in that.
They don't?
I mean, are people really, do they know about IPTA and MUFON and GUFON and all of those ones? I don't think the normal people are not reporting every weird light they see or even bothering to care that much. So now it is on to, they just the video they can't really do much with, but now it is on to the skin burns and medical report. Well, what about those?
Chrissy's team also examined Jessica's photos and medical records, but were unable to draw any definitive conclusions as to the cause of her symptoms.
It was really hard for us to try to analyze. Sure. We just didn't have enough data to go on. Yeah.
However, they did find declassified Pentagon reports of similar injuries.
Now, I want to say this very, very carefully. We have two recently declassified government reports, one from 1998 and one from 2010, that have bodily marks and lacerations on people that are a great deal like those that you identified previously on your body.
Whoa.
Now, did he say 1990 egg? Because I think that's like the year after.
Here, let's check it out. Let's analyze that.
One from 1998.
98.
One from 1998.
Look, this is one take Mitch. He's like, I'm just going through it. I don't care if I say.
One from 1998.
No, you know what's sad? That was probably the best take. The other ones were probably like more scrambled.
Yeah, it is really the laziest UFO show ever produced. Like, they just sit in a bar and have the people come to them. It's like, it's really format breaking. You know, all of these other shows, like where they ghost hunt and everything, they at least go somewhere and provide some visual interest.
See, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree because I actually like the format because Chrissy and her nerd team, they do a shitload of stuff. They're looking for ISS. They're checking with every UFO group. Later, we're going to see they
off
even
camera.
check in on, off camera. That's I like about that. It's almost like this show. We do a shitload of shit to prep and get it ready, and then we basically sit at a bar and analyze it and act like we don't know what we're doing. Well, we've already put the work in on the back end. I kind of like that. Even if I might slip up and say something stupid like
one from 1998.
You know, that's just going to happen.
I will say too, I kind of have I understand both points of view here, but the reasons why I do like this format is one, it provides the consistency of the judges panel, which, you know, to go back to harken back to the Shark Tank, you know, idea, or, you know, American Idol. Like, no, you're coming to us, dummies. So for one, like, why are we going to expend our freaking energy just to tell you that you're wrong about this dumb shit? It's going to take us away. What a waste of gas. What a waste of money. So yeah, there's that.
But they put it together good. Like, I'm kind of on the edge of my seat watching this one because I know it can go either way, which they know as it cuts to commercial. But it comes back with a montage of people just talking up Roswell. I guess they need a little time filler. I was going to skip it, but one dude said this, which I felt was clip-worthy.
Roswell is world famous for alien believers and non-believers alike. People from all over the world come in.
I would say Roswell has a different atmosphere than other places.
All right, we're welcoming Roswell. They love the unbelievers and the believer community, which is, I guess, what I identify as of now. Either one of those. So
either one.
Thank you, Roswell people. Yeah, the unbelievers, believers, we're all welcome there. Everyone's equal there.
Oh yeah.
But the drama can't be higher. Mitch, break this tension. Figure this out. Fact or fiction?
Figure it out.
Well, Jessica, when I evaluate these situations, I take into account the presence of evidence, the credibility of the witness, the experiencer. You know, as far as your credibility as a witness, I think it ranks very, very high.
Thank you.
You are a mom. You are a teacher. You are well-known in your community. You have a lot to lose if people see you stepping forward and sounding like a wingnut.
Oh, a wingnut. I think he just called Indy Riggs a wingnut. He's like, you want to hear this one sound. You don't want to be those other guys.
And can you imagine being a mom?
You are a
and
human.
saying that you saw a UFO? You're going to lose all your credibility as a mother.
You have a driver's license. You're a human being. You breathe the air. Congratulations on all these facts about you. Those are facts. I'll play the sound now if you'll go away. Yeah. Wait, okay. Do I need to go back? Sure. You got
there
it.
You go. Needed that.
You think there was like a producer's note that they were too harsh on Indy, so they just have to like congratulate everyone else on bare minimum being a human being sort of stuff?
No, I don't think so. I think they were...
No, they paid... I mean, they probably just paid them more. Paid Indy more.
Yeah, well, so I mean, it's not totally unprecedented. Like people having like health effects that were like correlated with a UFO. Like I believe there's like one single guy in the States who Veterans Affairs actually pays his medical bills because he got too close to an alien spaceship.
Yeah, I believe that is true.
Whoa.
Yeah. Only one guy though, so you know it's like the odds are that you're not
like anything like that.
No, it's not. He got a heart murmur from the alien spaceship. No skin burns.
Shit.
Yeah.
But I like that he brought up.
God bless.
I think he brought up those facts for a reason. This is someone who actually has something to lose coming forward. I mean, you know, if a teacher is known as a wingnut, you know, everybody's going to dismiss her. No one's going to want the wingnut teacher that went on the alien show, didn't even hear the sound. So it comes down to this. Is this lady a wingnut or not? Should her community shun her or embrace her? Her fate is in your hands, Mitch. Call it now.
I recognize of all the evidence pooled together, there's no question that you experienced a UFO and suffered radiation burns and various forms of physical and neurological trauma with encountering unidentified aerial phenomena.
Hell yeah, I knew she was real, and that sound confirms it. She can actually keep her living. She can support her family still. Thank you, Mitch.
Those blisters or whatever, they looked honestly like she touched some poison ivy, poison oak or something.
No, that looked like alien burns, man. That sounds like
alien ivy.
Yeah, Drea, you just cracked the case big. You blew it wide open. She's like, "This has been a really traumatic experience for me." It's like, "Ma'am, you saw an airplane and then touched some poison ivy." I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You know,
if I'm in a bar and Drea says that, I'm gonna be like,
common side
I
effect.
feel like it's some bull.
I go the other way. So there you have it. She got the fact sound. So let's hear the final word from Jessica Blunt, confirmed alien contactee. And we'll hear more from Chrissy and Mitch.
This experience has been traumatic. And having the validation that I received today helps me to be able to move forward, knowing that this experience happened.
I got to hand it to you on this one. You were throwing many, many data balls to juggle.
Yeah, I feel for her because it's never nice to not know and be wondering about your health and where that might go in the future.
Now we're getting down to business.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I know.
And we're not done.
Exactly.
All right, hell yeah. And this isn't the last one. This is not like Cryptid Encounters, Legend of the Downy Booger. They actually have a bunch of episodes. They don't promise that we did a great job and we're going to do more. What a pilot episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Holy hell, data balls.
I know I'm
Juggling
kicking myself as soon as I heard it. I'm like, why didn't I pull data balls, man? That's a fact.
How did you?
I don't have data balls.
No, you're
Apologies. I'll have to go back
and
and get that if this hurricane doesn't get me.
Russ.
I know. Yeah, what a pilot episode. Thankfully, there is more. Going on to the second episode, because it was hard to skip anything. One case that stood out to me was that of a woman named Rachel Hoffman from the Hudson Valley, abducted as a child in the 1980s, and tells a very compelling tale of abduction and being aboard an alien craft as a little kid. It's very remarkable, so much so that we should hear her account of being abducted by aliens.
The room had tables, and the tables had hands and feet, arms and legs that didn't have bodies attached to them. Next to that, there were embryos. I also saw a fetus in a jar. I was 4 years old, and the fetus was as big as me. It looked like an experiment gone wrong. When they had me on the table, they were doing ultrasounds on my abdomen. They were poking and prodding. They were taking bits and pieces of me. They were robbing my body parts.
Whoa.
And they were taking my eggs. I remember thinking to myself, I just want my dad. I just want my dad. And then I woke up. When I was 6 years old, I saw an arm above me of a robot with a needle in it. And the needle came down and began to extract fluid from the center of my nose. When the needle went in, it felt like it went straight through my bone into my brain. Each time this was done to me, I didn't even blink, and I never closed my eyes. As the needle went back up into the ceiling of the ship, I was picked up by the alien that brought me back and forth. I used to call him the butler. The butler looked like an octopus out of water.
Okay, an alien butler. And it sounds like an association a kid would make. I don't know, maybe they watch Annie or Batman or something. They're used to butlers, helping you out.
I don't know if they would transport you between worlds, though.
Right. But think about it. This is in the Hudson Valley in the 1980s. This is the same area as Whitley Striebeheil and the Communion incident. It lends a little bit of credence to her story of youthful robot alien abduction. Chris, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah. I don't know if you clipped this part, but she says that her first abduction happened, according to her, in 1983 or 84, which is, just before Whitley Strieber claims his first abduction happened. So I wonder if that, that seems a little convenient. She wants to make sure that she doesn't sound like a bandwagoner. I think that's where you get that first date from. But I don't know. She seems authentic to me, but the story starts to fall apart pretty quick.
Well,
yeah, I wasn't really sure. I mean, at least compared to the chick who tried so hard to dress like 2008 indie rock girl. And
not Indie Riggs, Indie Rock, right?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got Indie Riggs and then Indie Rocks later. The Jessica Blunt.
Hey, yeah, Jessica Blunt. Jessica Blunt. She was a fact. She was a fact.
She sounded really, really, really terrible at acting. This chick actually does sound a little bit more genuine.
Yeah, and she does tell a pretty scary tale. And as an adult, Rachel found a foreign object inside of her. She removed it herself with a safety pin, which is an insane revelation. She had an appointment to see a doctor, but she ended up removing what she thought was a foreign object in her ear with a safety pin. So she brought this ear anomaly in as evidence. She pulled something weird out of her own ear with a safety pin, something I'll never do. And it turns out it was the crown of a tooth lodged in her ear somehow. And Chrissy confirmed it is not an object of alien origin. It was just a crown. So this is her big setup. It is now down to Mitch. Call it now, y'all. Fact or fiction?
You have traveled a long distance to come and speak to us, and you are entitled to a blunt assessment. For my outlook, I take into account the data that Chrissy has analyzed, the background and credibility of the witness, surrounding circumstances, corroboration, history, and I try to weave it all together in one ball, which informs my decision.
He loves his balls. I didn't realize this.
Right?
Culturally,
damn it,
medically, historically, and in terms of listening to your testimony today, I believe in the story that you are bringing to the table.
Okay.
And I think that your experience is absolutely valid.
Hit the sound.
At the same time, this material, based on our data, is a piece of mundane, earthly material.
I didn't expect this. I'm upset. I traveled a really long way. I'm disappointed. And I'm still looking for the truth. It's really stressful for me to come here, be as transparent as I have been, tell my entire story, and then have a scientific piece of evidence that I provided not validate my experience.
It's a tough one.
It's a very tough one.
Very tough one.
Oh, it is. They can't all be fact. Not everyone hears this.
This is bullshit.
I feel bad for her. They should give her to her just for the travel alone. The way she was so upset. It made me wonder. Think about this. I think she might have had to pay for her own way there. So this is kind of like Pawn Stars, where you have to travel out to the desert to be on TV and have a guy with tattoos determine your worth. I love it.
But like
every day of my life, bro.
Why do you think she's so upset about the tooth thing though? Like, you have this first-hand account. I was abducted 4 or 5 times. I know this happened to me. One time I accidentally got my boyfriend's crown stuck in my ear. I don't know how it happened. It wasn't my crown. She said at one point she has no crowns in her teeth. So this is some other guy's crown. She accidentally got stuck in her ear. Why do you correlate that with your history of years prior alien abductions? You know what I mean? Why is that so disappointing to her? You just made a mistake about this one thing. It has nothing to do with your first-hand account.
I agree in the sense that it's not a defeat. But my angle on it, my take is that it's so bizarre to have any kind of fucking piece of metal in your ear, you know? It doesn't matter. Like, that's still so fucking weird. Obviously, something happened to her. You know, like, what if it was like some magnetic thing where some other person's fucking crown got stuck in her ear that was like on a table next to her or some shit like that.
But
I don't know.
It's not clear to me if it was like under the skin or if it just like literally got stuck in her ear hole. Because that's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Because like one alien had to put it there. The other one, you just like fell asleep on a floor somewhere after a bender and something got stuck in your ear. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't need aliens.
I don't know. If I'm pulling a crown out of my ear, I'm not thinking it's a crown, especially if I'm using a safety pin to do this. And I'm going back to the Pawn Stars thing. All this show is missing. We got the two guys, the guy and the girl judging. I was missing like a Chum Lee or maybe an old man. I want to be their old man. Maybe I sit at the bar and they consult me on like really tough ones. You know, they give them an elder to turn to in times of need. They're like, what should we do, old man?
You're the elder now?
And yeah, I'll have like a little radio that it just plays. And they're like, all right. The old man spoken.
Oh man, you're gonna be old man Russ with the soundboard in the bar at the Rusty.
I'll take it. If I get to hang out at the, it's not the Rust, it's the vintage bar. All right, we've done the Rusty Nail.
It's just because Rusty, you know, your name, and then Rusty Nail's a drink.
It's just like a kid who gets a piece of Lego stuck up his nose, you know?
You know, like Homer did for years. Yeah, maybe that's been affecting her brain. The fact that you say guy, hey, I'm open. Could be guy, could be girl, could be anything. A crown ended up in her ear.
Yeah, it's not hers though. She attests that she's never had a crown.
Well, she has a crown now, and I think she's a queen.
We've been having a little bit of fun and knocking this show, but there are a few things I want to point out that I like the hosts / judges. I like that they are drinking and they try to do very brief banter between meeting with people, because every time these end, they have to talk to each other, and it's always like, we're so close. We just need that one thing to tie it all together. And they're like, yeah, because, oh, hey, new people are here. Like, it never goes anywhere, but it's also shot very well. There's nice panning shots of people walking into the bar. They show shots of people taking shots. They don't skimp on production. Travel costs maybe, because she did seem a little annoyed that she came all the way from the Hudson Valley to Roswell to be told you don't even get the sound.
Yeah, It tells you they didn't know like Indy, the first guy, tells you they did not know the results coming in because he is real annoyed that he's on TV being told that he filmed the space station. He is not about that.
Yeah, and she came all the way to be told that her thing was a crown in her ear. And it's like, sorry, that's why I think it's a little more Pawn Stars. You can go very far away and be disappointed. Or be confirmed. A couple of people have been confirmed. And look, our final AEFOF for tonight is from a dude named Chadwick Gales and his wife, Sandra. 30 years ago, at age 16, Chadwick had an encounter with a strange glowing orb in an area known as Betty Knox in the Chestnut Ridge area of Pennsylvania, which we're pretty familiar with the Chestnut Ridge area for UFOs. And while Chadwick and his buddy are witnessing this blue orb floating over them, they hear what sounds like 20 to 30 footsteps running towards them, which is very frightening, and they get spooked. They hightail it out of there. Now, cut to 2021. Chadwick is hiking in the same area, and he comes across what he believes to be alien footprints. Now, don't take my word for it. Take Chadwick's.
I walk over, and the first thing I see are these two sets of tracks coming up out of the water, like these two things walk beside each other, up out of the creek and up the bank. And then they just walked everywhere, all around, like kind of like they were looking for something. The tracks were 14 inches long by about 6 inches wide with 3 big toes. And they were very creepy looking, very creepy looking. They really looked reptilian to me. And I'm a pretty decent tracker, so I tried to find a track to see if they like left up the road, went over into the woods, and I couldn't find where they left because the tracks just stopped. I don't know, it's like almost kind of like they got beamed up or something. I was like, I didn't want to leave them because I was afraid someone would come and destroy all the evidence I found. And I mean, this was an incredible find. You don't find stuff like this very often. So I thought to myself, I need to cast these. So the first thing I did, I started blowing up Saunders' phone. She was still at work. I was just like, you're not going to believe what I found. I'm sending her pictures and said, when I get off work, I'm coming straight there. So
I like this guy Chadwick already. The fact that he could call his girl and have casting equipment together so fast. Like, you know this guy's into crypto and Bigfoot stuff already. He's like, get the casting gear. As soon as the shift's over, we're going back.
He's also a competent... So he can competently identify reptile-like footprints. We know that about him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's seen Jurassic Park. He knows that there's like, if you see 3 prints, probably some kind of giant reptile. And I got to say, I like this guy's look a lot, too. He has the Lyle Blackburn or Ken Gerhardt, that folded hat look with the gauges in the ears. He looked like he could be Lyle Blackburn's best friend. So it gives him a little credence in this already. Yeah, anybody could be.
Probably a member of the Church of Satan as well. Yeah.
A card-carrying member of the Church of Satan.
Card-carrying member of the Church of Satan? Well, his name is Chadwick, which does sound like very evil. It's got wick in it, you know. It's probably like, you know, like a candle wick.
And Chad.
Yeah, and Chad. He's very Chadish, but he goes by Chadwick. He's trying to stay a little on the down low on it. Chadwick, like John Wick, maybe. But Chadwick, he gets his cast set of these reptilian alien footprints, and then this happens.
Started to pour some casts, and we're letting them settle. I figured I'd mix up another batch and do a couple more casts. So I start mixing it up, and I hear a car door slam. Like, I look up. Of course, here comes the game warden.
Shit.
It's weird. It's like the guy knew we were there, pulled right in. He comes walking over, looking around, and he starts kicking his feet around, rubbing out the tracks. I was like, what are you doing? Stop. I screamed, stop. I screamed loud, too. This guy stopped and looked at me like he wanted to choke me. Like, what are you doing? I'm trying to cast these, and you're kicking them all around trying to cover them up. And he's just standing there staring at me, like giving me the death eye. He just keeps staring at me for a minute.
He got into his vehicle when he left.
Yeah.
That's Sandra.
From all the anomalous things we've been seeing in the sky, finding these tracks, I'm starting to think there might be an alien base somewhere deep in the Chestnut Ridge.
Ooh, so this conspiracy goes deep, all the way to the game warden.
Yeah, the game warden's like, I want you guys seeing these aliens over here. I'm going to kick away these tracks. More likely, he was annoyed the guy was pouring plaster outside all over the place.
Right? He's like, it's almost like he saw me come in. That's what they do, guy. They fucking watch you.
He's like, you know, the
That's their
deer are
job.
going to come lick this and get sick, and it's going to be my fucking problem. But no, according to him, he's like, this game warden's such a dickhead. You know, he's busting my...
Also, though, yeah, did you see? Yeah, busting his data balls, I know. But like the Chestnut Ridge, wasn't that where we had some cryptid shit happen there,
There
right?
is a documentary on Chestnut
One of the
Ridge. So
weirdies or the-
again, another like Hudson Valley in the last one. If you're near any of these areas where these big things happen, you can get a seat at the bar for this show if you got a little story. And he's got a pretty good one. Even that ranger or whatever, he sounds like a dickhead. He probably works for the alien base. His whole thing, he's like, I think if I'm doing the math here, there's an alien base here. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get. I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, but I think a full investigation of the Chestnut Ridge is called for. But that's not my call. Chrissy and Mitch must confirm this. So Chrissy checks the tracks and date of the finding against UFO encrypted databases, and the UFO data bank came back with this.
So we did find on March 26, 2021, approximately 200 miles southwest of that area, there was a report of a long, bright object with no wings that moved across the sky.
Fantastic.
Yeah. On the same day, in the same location, the witness observed a luminous object in the treetops.
Oh, wow.
It moved down and then it slowly vanished.
Wow.
Yeah. Then it says here that unusual sounds were heard then as well.
That's like you were hearing sounds.
Yeah.
Can you do it again? Amazing.
I was hearing stuff.
How did he do
And
that?
that was in the Newcastle area. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, that's north.
Yeah, it's north of us, yeah.
How far is that?
45-minute, well,
Yeah.
50 miles.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, fascinating. I see that Chrissy is also a fan of people doing sound effects like me. And of course, I had to clip that.
Can you do it again? Amazing.
That's him doing the sound
is
of the
amazing.
UFO, whistling it to her. If I had a show like this, I would make everyone do some kind of sound effect. And so props to Chrissy.
Even if they didn't have one, they're just like, just make one up. Do it.
This guy's story really makes me wish they gave these guys like a scorecard where like every outlandish claim they make gets listed on one column, and then like how many of them turn out to have validity on the other. It's like, I saw the alien. There's dinosaur alien footprints. There's probably like, and then he just tosses in, there's probably an underground alien base right there, most likely.
And what year was
One
it?
from 1998.
Hey, yo, sorry. Well, this is pretty convincing so far. I'm packing my gear to go invade the ridge. Now, all we need is to confirm this alien print. Please confirm this.
We also sent it off to have it analyzed. The expert that did the analysis on this footprint is Dr. Jeff Meldrum. He's a professor of anatomy and anthropology at Idaho State University. He thinks it resembles a prehistoric biped.
Let's get him. Let's go.
Which walks on its toes.
Holy shit.
It has a metatarsal pad.
That's great.
So the final conclusion that Dr. Meldrum said, it's an emu.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
No!
Within our research, we found out the emu farm was 11 miles north.
So did any get loose during that time? They're caged into the property.
Right.
Yeah. So how could two of them get out and travel that far?
We do know that it's located in the region. I go by the research and the analysis. So I have to say this is not an alien footprint, but an emu footprint.
Well, it's not monkeys for once. It's emu. And they're not getting the fact sound. I will say.
They're getting the Liberty Mutual jingle.
Yeah, emu was, and I like how he's like, these footprints are everywhere, as if they were looking for something. It was just a bunch of emu just running around like idiots, making tracks, and that's what he was casting.
when she says, but they couldn't have got out, right? Like they're in a pen, so therefore this has to be a different space lizard, even though the footprint's identical to an emu. Those guys were in pens over there, so this just looks like an emu.
Yeah, there's no way they could get out. Yeah. Fucking
yeah, ignore that these are identical to emu footprints.
Very docile.
Yeah, and there's emu in the area. But you saw lights, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't know what the evil game warden has to do with it. If he seems like a very accessible guy, if he's out there, you just ask him. Like, yeah, I don't know why the guy was casting emu prints. I thought he was an idiot. I'm like trying to get him out of here. And that was enough. Mitch did deem it fiction. He did give props for the guy's quick casting efforts. But it was an emu. We're going to call off the Chestnut Ridge invasion for now. And here is the final reaction from all of them. The final clip we're going to play, this is it. This is the final reaction with a little alien humor thrown in at the end from Mitch. This is a comedy show still, right? We need jokes. Let's give us a joke to end this.
You found something like this in the Dunbar Mountains. Would you really think it was an emu?
Yes.
I just thought it was a little strange that we could see them coming up out of the water, but where'd they go from there? They walked around in circles, and we don't know where the tracks went from there. They don't fly. So where'd they go?
I'm still going to go out and look for these things because I'm not quite sure that it was an emu.
Well, it was kind of exciting. You know, the romantic in me is always happy when somebody has a cast of footprint.
Even though I'm in the UFO field, I think cryptids are awesome. I love it when people tell me stories about cryptids. It blows my mind. It also scares me, too.
I want to go camping with Chad, and I want to go to all the scary places.
Yeah, totally.
Well, another good night at the Variety. One more joke for the road.
Oh, man.
What do you find on every alien farm?
I don't know.
A tractor beam.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Hacka. Well, a bummer for sure, but at least they do the work and they can get drunk while doing it, so it's still a win for the host. That's it. It was an emu. Close it out. Terrible joke. Tractor beam. Get it?
He could have made it worse. He could have said like alien ant farm, but maybe it owed some money at that point.
I forgot when they were first recounting that story where the guy was like, "Oh man, there were all these reptile foots in the woods." They did put it in one shot there where you can just plainly see that it's like the back of an emu's neck. It's like, and I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, it's like a turkey or something. These guys are real idiots, but they don't reveal it till like 10 minutes later. It's pretty rough on them.
Yeah, pretty well done production. And Chris, you are a guy who, you work in photography and filmography and stuff like that and videography. What did you think? I thought that maybe I'm just a rube. I actually liked how the show was filmed. I enjoy watching it. Like, what did you think of all that part of it?
I think that it's, like I said earlier, it's pretty much the laziest reality show I've ever seen. It's like, I don't expect the citizens of Roswell enjoyed losing their one bar for whatever. It looks like they probably filmed this whole season over like maybe a week, like because it's the set's identical on the episodes that I watched, and they're
definitely
hustling these guys in and out, denying that it's like Mari. They're coming in for like the results of a lie detector test or something, and they're just getting thrown off the stage when it doesn't pan out for them. I don't know. It's funny format, but I don't think it's high effort if you ask me.
Yeah, but I don't think we need that. I love the stories. Like, I like the people they bring. These are new stories. These are ones we've never heard of. And there's a lot out there. And some of them are getting that sound. They're facts. There are some alien facts out there. And a lot of this, they lean heavily on a lot of the alien disclosure in the last couple of years, on Grush, on the Tic Tac. They're like, this stuff can be real. They kind of, put all their chips in on that it is very believable. And, they got a couple of good ones in there, a couple of stinkers. What is fun to see them actually disprove them, that Chrissy has a good knack for just proving things. This was an emu track. This was the ISS. It's fun to kind of see it in real time. So I got, 5 thumbs up, whatever, for the show. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But Drea, I want to ask you before I say what the poll is, what are your final thoughts on Alien Encounters, fact or fiction?
I appreciate the effort, of which there was little, like Chris said.
It's at a bar. How fun is it, though?
Oh, no, that I liked. Honestly, it looked so much like a bar that I had been to in my dreams. Like there was, I don't know. It was weird.
It is a liminal space
it was
that
the same vibe.
they feel like they're in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mine was cooler in my dream, but just a bit. You know, it was fucking awesome. But I like the vibe. I like the casual, somewhat more casual approach. But no, it's a little bit too easy to sniff out the actors, which were all of them.
Oh, these are all real folks, man. I stand by it. If I'm getting suckered, that's never happened before. Hopefully, it doesn't happen this time.
True.
No one's ever tricked me, and these guys never will.
Imagine if Indy was the only real one, and then like when he got all disappointed, they thought we can't do this to everybody. It says all fake after that.
I got to find Indy Riggs. If you know him, get him on here. I need to interview him. I believe you, Indy Riggs. I may be the only one.
That's his full name.
We all support you. And I'm going to say, unless you want to contradict it, go answer this week's poll. Alien Encounters, fact or fiction, is a good show. And the choices will be fact, fiction, or, of course, other. So what do you think of that? You like that?
I like that. Thank you for, that's the kind of poll question.
There we go. So Alien Encounters, fact or fiction is a good show. Fact, fiction, or other. Go to unbelievers.com and answer that. And let's move on.
I could dance all night. I could shake with delight. It's as simple as that, and that's a fact. I could squeeze your hand. I could give a command. It's so good to be back, and that's a fact. You can be as cool as you like, or you can be as wrong as you are right. It don't matter much to me, either way it's free. I could dance all night. I could shake with delight. It's as simple as that, and that's a fact.
That's a fact. All right. Enough of that stupid song. There's not a lot of good fact or fiction songs, but I had a lot of fun.
No, but I really want to know what that first song was, though. You wouldn't let me ask.
No, I wouldn't let you. It'll be in the show credits or something like that. So that was a lot of fun. I had a lot. That was great. That was. I like the show a lot. I can't wait for more of these. And it's one of those things. Usually, when I cut these shows, like there's like 8 or 9 episodes of this, and I wanted to be picky and kind of pick through it and be like, all right, what are the? I went sequentially. This show is just that clippable. It's so perfect and up our alley. So props to them for many reasons. But man, whew. All right, I'm getting nervous. It's getting a little later. We're doing this. I have a hurricane bearing down on me.
Oh shit, that's right.
I know. It's one of those things. I don't have anything to promote or anything like that. I don't think so. Well, we got one more segment we need to get to. Everyone's third favorite segment. What's that, Chris Porteous?
Poll results.
This week's poll: what fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? And the choices were berries, meth, weed, or shrooms. I'm going to ask you, Drea Mora, what do you think the unbelievers said?
Oh, wait, berries, meth, weed, or shrooms. Is there, oh man, there's no like all of the above.
No, there is not. You have to pick one.
Well, they're probably going to say berries, but I think it's going to be referring to genitalia.
All right, you're going with berries. How about you, Chris?
Well, if I recall correctly, it's 2 in the mouth, 1 in the bowl, so it's probably shrooms given his experience.
All right, sorry, both you are wrong. With just about 60% about meth is what fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw when he saw the booger. But of course, there are others. Enough of these small fries. It's time Zach Baggins gets his hands on this bowl for his museum and film a special, The Baggins Bigfoot Booger Berry Bowl Bonanza. P.S. Rest in peace, Lady Snake. Oh, that's from Thinler's Lisp. Thank you, Thinler's Lisp. And of course, I'll give you the obligatory...
Rest in peace, Lady Snake.
Thank you, Thinler's List. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? There was one in the bowl, two in the mouth, and a third straight in the pooper. Signed the Wombat Preservationist. Youch.
Usually it's one in the bowl, two in the mouth. One in the bowl, two in the mouth, you know?
Thank you, Wombat Preservationist. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? Cheese. When I slice cheese for a sandwich, I put one in the bread and two in the mouth. Yabba dabba doo, Bushman. Signed Tycoon Titty Boy. Tycoon Titty Boy with the deep cut. Am I supposed to find Yabba dabba doo?
Yabba dabba doo, Bushman!
Thank you, Tycoon Titty Boy. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? What happened to Peter? He sounds feminine, and you guys kept calling him Drea. I'm kidding. This bit's over. Fun fact, did you know that raw sushi in Japanese culture originated when Norway introduced the frozen raw salmon to them? Signed Destined Star. Now, Destined Star, okay, yes. Pete is not here. Drea actually is here. And you mentioned sushi, so I'll give you another throwback clip. Here you go.
I had some sushi, and it disappeared on me.
Oh, you didn't know I had that Destined Star, did you?
And I did not know that about the sushi. I hope that that's a true fact because I will be remembering it even if it's wrong.
Oh, no. Wait, you saying that's a fact?
Ooh.
That's a fact. Thank you, Destined Star, for dropping facts on us tonight. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? Scary, hairy berries. Signed, Mothman Mother. Oh, scary, hairy berries. Scary Harry, that is a bit of a throwback too, right?
He's hairy. He's scary.
Yeah, we got a little Lyle Blackbird action. That one guy kind of looked like Lyle Blackbird tonight. You might be in the lead, Destin. Mothman Mother. You might be in the lead. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? Why would you ask this? Don't you know a man died in prison for discussing this? Signed, The Cosmic Fool. All right, you kind of got me there.
Do you know a man died in prison for discussing this?
I did not. I didn't know you couldn't talk about what was in Jason's bowl in prison. Thank you so much, The Cosmic Fool. What fell out of Jason's bowl?
Jason's prison.
Yeah, what fell out of Jason's bowl when he was in the prison? Or not in the prison. God damn it! What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? I don't trust anyone at poll results. I want to examine the bowls myself. Signed, The Rob. You can.
I love that.
Yeah, you might be in the lead because
I want to check the bowls and pans for myself.
It's probably good advice to Rob.
That was great.
Someone needs to audit these poll results. These are getting insane. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? My old dad had a bowl. He said it was to collect his leavings. I never understood what that meant till I saw the leavings. Not good. Signed, Scared of My Dad Guy. Scared of My Dad Guy.
He's hairy. He's scary.
Thank you so much. Scared of My Dad Guy. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? I am a man of few principles. One being, you never discuss another man's bowl. So, although I have the top secret information, I'm not allowed to share it. Signed, Unbelievable Penguin. What is that rap song from Drea's file? I can't find it anywhere. And you're chiming into Alien Love Fest episode. Wait, you somehow got in on this?
Oh.
You somehow got in on this? You want to know what that rap song is? Oh, well, I'll tell you what that rap song is because I think I pulled it for you. Here you go. This one?
Yeah.
Oh, he's answering me?
This is something a little different. But it's true. Yeah. I don't want a fucking alien. Hey. 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 Probably got green skin. Yeah. Probably got 3 tits. Yeah. Probably got 2 dicks. Yeah. Shit is probably super lit. She got slimy peanut butter puss. Gotta make that shit gush. Turn that shit into mush.
Okay, go find it. That's called Fucked an Alien by Blue Jay. You can go check that out. That's how you found it. BLUJEY. That's how you find that song. So thank you so much. That was Lily Ann. She wanted to find that rap song. You just found it. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? The bowl was surrounded by spiraling sperm. Damn you, David Huggins. Signed, Corrupted Mask. Corrupted Mask coming in with the spiral of sound. I think we have that.
We were surrounded by the spiral of sound.
Thank you, Corrupted Mask. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? You got to be careful when reaching indiscriminately into random bushes. You never know what'll be in them. Could be berries, Bigfoot's tongue, maybe a woman. Stay safe out there. Signed, Whooping Hooper. Thank you, Whooping Hooper. And Whooping Hooper, somebody digging up all these old clips. I got this one for you. You ain't gonna believe this. Here you go, Whooping Hooper.
Come on, we gotta find the whooper. Come on.
Thank you, Whooping Hooper.
I like that last. Come on.
For sticking to your bed. Come on, Whooper, we got it. So, here we go. What fell out of Jason's bowl when he saw the booger? Final one for this evening. Downy booger is what my cousin called a stiff tube sock he had under his bed next to his porn mags. Signed, The Ominous Clouds. Oh, thank you so
Never
much.
named that thing, guys.
Oh, that's a good final one. Man, this was a rough one for me. A lot of people went to very deep cut quotes, which I don't mind. It was a bit of a pain to find, but there are so many good ones. I'll chime in with the ones I like. I really liked Tycoon Titty Boy with cheese. When I slice cheese for a sandwich, I put one in the bread, two in the mouth. Yabba dabba doo, Bushman. I also like Scary Harry Berries from Mothman Mother. I don't trust anyone in poll results. I want to examine the bowls myself from The Rob. Drea, did any stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, always love hearing from Tycoon Titty Boy. Just one of my favorite names ever. But yeah, that went by, The Rob? I don't trust anyone in poll results. I want to check the bowls myself. And Scared of My Dad Guy. That one really fucking cracked me up.
Yeah, Scared of My Dad Guy has actually won recently, even though he's always killing it. I always love Scared of My Dad Guy.
I mean, shit. Are we going to deny a champion? Like USA. Come on.
We came in with my old dad had a bowl.
Get?
He said it was to collect his leavings. I never understood what that meant until I saw the leavings not good.
Yeah. That's good because it's like, it's almost like, I like the idea that Scared of My Dad Guy's dad is like a malevolent Forrest Gump. He's like, somehow he's also David Huggins, and he's also like a bunch of other paranormal assholes all rolled into one. That's good shit.
It really is. And I also like Fiddler's List coming in with
himself.
enough of these small fries. It's time Zach Baggins get his hands on his bowl for his museum and film a special. The Baggins Bigfoot Booger Berry Bowl Bonanza. P.S. Rest in peace, Lady Snake. Yeah. I like that a lot. I'll leave it up to you two to fight it out. Who do you guys like?
Damn it. That's really tough. No, let's let Chris pick. Dude, it's
yeah, you are.
Chris, on recording, like, goddamn.
Hey man, I can't. It's unfortunately, it might have to go to a Scared of My Dad Guy yet again.
All right. Well, Chris is calling it. Congratulations with
Chris has spoken.
With my old dad. He said it was to collect his leavings. I never understood what that meant until I saw the leavings. Not good. Congratulations, Scared of My Dad Guy. Once again, you've won this week's poll results. All right, we come to the end of the show. Before we go, Chris Porteous, do you have anything you would like to say or plug?
There's a few recent Knights of Vader episodes. I think I'm gonna do Monstober with Rob and Zach on Cinemodities. We recorded one of those, so that should be coming out soon. And I'm also doing a movie review show on a channel on YouTube called Collecting Weekly, and that's live every other Thursday. It's called CW Movie Night. That's it for me.
Hell yeah, check that out. Of course, it's always fun recording Nights of Vader with you, and I want to check out all that stuff. How about you, Drea? Anything you want to say before you go?
I just want people to make sure that if you find metal like anywhere in your body, just go ahead and take it to like a Antique Roadshow instead, or whatever that one's called. I was going to say Roadhouse, but I'm pretty sure that's not correct.
To Alien Encounters, Fact or Fiction, and get it checked out.
Alien Roadshow. Yeah, just go ahead and do it. Don't let the bullies keep you from following your dreams.
There's an idea for a movie, Antique Roadhouse. Yeah. That'd be good.
Oh, yeah, I'm sold.
Where Patrick Swayze is just punching old people when they're antiques. I love it.
No, don't just oh, yeah, I was going to say just destroying the antiques, but yes, sometimes the elderly are the antiques.
They are, and we need to take care of them. They're our greatest natural resource, which I will be doing during a hurricane. If I somehow survive after this is out, I will be back with bonus episodes and live streams and more episodes. So thank you so much.
Don't worry, Russ. You will make it to the Antique Roadhouse.
Thank you. And I'm not plugging anything, just stick around with us. The Unbelievers podcast host today were Drea, Mora, Chris Porteous, and Miros Ryan. Our editor is Issa YZ. You can join our Patreon by going to patreon.com/Unbelievers Podcast for monthly bonus episodes and more. You can follow the show on Twitter at Unbelievers Pod and Instagram at Unbelievers Podcast. Our Facebook group is the Unbelievable Podcast Network. And check out our merch store at TeePublic. There's a link in the description. Our music advisor is Pandora3373. Our official composer and theme song creator is Unbeliever Aaron, a.k.a. Aaron Shilb. Follow him on Instagram at the Aaron Shilb. Our official graphic designer, card maker, designer logo is Raymond Orwell. Check out his work at Harley Warren Art on Twitter and HarleyWarren.com on the internet. Official guardian of the bench is at Kraken Stacker. Hope that bench is there. Our official alien bopper is Nunchuck Bop. And from Patreon, our official reptilian at the post office is Postal Patty. Our official extraterrestrial woman still waiting for her hashtag rubbing cats and trends is Crescent Moon. Our official Reverend Doctor of the podcast is the non-Newtonian Druid. Our official Big Island Paranormal Friendly Weatherman is Green Finark. Our official procrastinator is Jeffrey Hardner Ref. Our official Baby Yoda publicist is Pam Z. Our official Unbelievers listening between the stations for a message from Marbella Scott E. Our official Unbeliever raising puck wedgies is Joe Phil. Our official Madman is Unbeliever A. Adam. Our official Unbelievers time traveler is Taylor Nelson. Our official Ghost Hunter is Amelia Childs. And coming next month, our official Scene Europeans correspondent is Kay Mill of the I Don't Know podcast. Our official paranormal art curator is Isis Haynes. Our official Rod is Rod Baba. Our official Unbelievers in need of titles are Mike Henry, Todd X, Liv Vicious, Sandra Double Foles, Ramiro, Trash Baby, Adam Dvorak, Retro Josh. And this week's Unbeliever focus is Warren Oakenshield, who had discovered an all-new way to summon UFOs. And it actually works. I've seen it in action. And look, he is here now. See for yourselves.
Can you do it again? Amazing.
No, Candy's got a joke for you. It's a little bit fitting.
All right, stick it in.
What kind of pants does a ghost hunter wear?
Scaredy pants.
That's pretty good, actually.
No, just a paranormal pants.
Oh! Wow. Waka waka, hacka hacka. Good night.
Good night.
My baby, still my baby true. Discontinue.